I like very much here this beautiful setting and this as well that we have one of your paintings here. But when I thought this time it's not you, no?
No, it's my niece. Yeah, yeah.
But
it's a period before I started to paint, focus on myself, my body, because like at the beginning of my career, I painted myself, but it was my face, like portrait, and didn't really involve my body. It was, you know, the girls, my niece or my other girls who represented me. That's why I painted them. But I chose like 5 years ago, before when I was working on my show at the Tel Aviv Museum, that I want to deal or involve myself much more. I was talking about when I stage the scenes, because my art, my paintings, based on stage scenes, so which is part of my artistic process.
So you before you do a painting, you try out how to move, or how the pose of the figure would be.
Yeah, yes, and it's more because I want. It's for me, like the artwork is not only the painting that you see here or the gallery. It starts at that point on the mattress or on the field or on the street when I stage the scene. Because for me, it's like the movement of the body and using my body, and staging is sort of. I feel I'm doing a performance, but it's personal performance because there is no audience.
Okay, so no one sees these pictures or films made before. It's only for you to...
it's only a reference for me. It's really each project is a huge project with tens or hundreds of pictures, but I use it only as a reference.
And are you in private? Are you a dancer, or what do you? Something else, yoga or running with your body?
Yeah, actually, I'm not a dancer, but maybe I will be someday. I want, yeah, I'm really interested, because when I was a little child, I did skating, like, and every day. Yeah, so I was dealing, I think, with my body in a different way, and I didn't realize that I am interested in this movement. But I think I realized that after I started to paint. And after one experience, before the exhibition at the museum, I went to the Metropolitan Museum in New York in order to view the collection of the carpets there. And I staged scenes, and it was very strict, like rules. What can I do there, and how should I act, and what should what I'm not supposed to do, like a list of rules. And one of them is not to be too much close to the carpet and not to touch it. And so the experience there, like trying to stretch in my body and you know, expanding the boundaries of my body was really interesting. And then I started to, until now, to dealing with my body. And yeah, so I am interested in the movement of the body. I'm practicing Pilates, which is really influencing me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really, the poses you do as well in your new exhibition, they are very, seems like quite artistic. So the one with the fountain, I love it very much, because on first glance you really have the impression the woman there, so it's you, but the woman is hold from invisible hands, but then you give, with the title, you give a hint that there's a fountain, and so it's like a magician trick.
Yeah, it is. I think it's because for me, like I do paint, you know, painting that challenges me, and I want to. There is a concept, but also I am keeping it very open to the viewer. Like he can experience the painting in a different ways. So that's why always there is like the painting gives questions and not answers, and you can like try to figure out what's going on there. And it is about the you know, the floating, but being in control but losing control, being in balance but losing the balance.
I think it was in the last exhibition, in the yellow skirt. It was a painting that fascinated me very much, and I think it's called Lying on Parquet or something. You're like in an empty room, like a flat, which recently somebody moved out, and you're lying on the floor, and normally your work's so much about only beautiful things, beautiful rugs, beautiful flowers, but there it's these cables lying around, and really, I hate cables.
Yeah, me too.
They're
actually.
always ugly and disturbing the beautiful apartment. But so yeah, I really felt very, very touched by this. Is there a history about maybe moving out or something in this?
Actually, I was talking about your museum now, and you talked about the Baroque design, and this scene I staged in Romania at the space of a museum. I was supposed to show there, and the cables was there by, they were working there, and the cables were there, and then they said, okay, I want to do the photos with these cables because it gives a feeling of with the flowers. Like a grotesque, like the body is the same body. I am not changing my body, but the cables and the like flowers gives a sense of grotesque, like the body who is maybe changing itself and becomes something else. And it's very. I'm talking about the female and the male, so I think there is a good combination between the flowers and the cables and the body, like the male body.
Yeah, that's a good word with talking about the female and the male, because how do you see elsewhere something male in your art? Because it's really, so for the first impression, it's very female, of course, because it's you always and all the, maybe as well beauty and all, not beautiful, but...
I'm talking, actually, since I started like 12 years ago, my career, so I am talking about beauty through the carpet or these newer works in a different ways. But that painting, like I was talking about, because the figure is laying down and there is the flowers and the cables, and there is the Baroque like design or architecture, and this difference between like historical distance, let's say, between the figure and the Baroque, which is, I'm talking about, it's like a metaphor of like how, like your body, like the viewer can feel that the body is not connected to the surrounding, to this space. Yeah, the feeling of connection to the place you are within, like even your body is existed there, it doesn't mean you are really feeling the space, you are feeling connected to this place. It's it was at the point that I moved to Julius, and I felt that I am where I was born. And like my body was there, but I didn't feel I am really connected.
This was a time where the carpets were still in the rugs were still in your work, very present, no? But
yes.
So what does they symbolize for you, or is it do you really love carpets as well? Have you them as well in your home, or is it you're really only in your pictures?
No, I don't love carpet at all. Like I am dealing with the carpet in a different way. Like unlike the Renaissance artists, old masters that dealt with the carpet in a different way. That they brought carpets from the Middle East and they wanted, and it was a symbol of aristocracy or knowledge. And I am doing the opposite of that. I'm putting the carpet outdoors from the home, because the carpet for me represents the community and the tradition community, and I'm trying to switch between the presence of the carpet and presence of myself through the girls that I painted. Like Foucault was talking about the idea that when you take something outside in not the usual place, or so it's sort of a criticism towards the place that the object was there. Yeah, it's a symbol. It's not the carpet itself. It wasn't never.
Yeah, of course. But I think maybe if you work so much with something like that, because you're for example your dresses. So this beautiful yellow skirt. I assume it's one of your skirts, and you like it, and you wear it also in private, or you don't.
No,
No?
I don't. No. No, actually, no. I won't wear it. No,
Okay.
it was just. It was also I bought it before I took the photos for this project. It was very randomly, like just walked in the street in Romania and I saw it and I bought it. And I think if it wasn't this this skirt. Maybe I will do the project, but I will not use it, because there is a lot of projects that I do, but in the end I don't really use, or I use 5 years later. Yeah, because there is a sense of nature in this skirt, and also like you know, an animal, or it's very organic in a way.
And so, when you choose your colors, it as well. Do you have more artistic or professional colors you like and choose? And for your private, so saying your home and your dresses, and so it's different.
Yeah, actually, when I painted the paintings with the carpet, it wasn't. I was just with my casual clothes all the time, even the figures. I didn't ask for anything special or. But lately, with the yellow skirt, it was really specific, and later on also. And now with this project, like, it's really specific. It was a process to choose the dresses. It was more than one, and yeah, because I wanted to be more connected to nature.
Your news works are really. It's not all in nature. Sometimes it's really in a. I don't know, like with golden ground, where something you can't recognize the place, but it really is it really so new step that you really leave all these inner and home things behind?
Yeah, it's totally new for me, and it was I admire, like, it was very hard for me to paint just a space. Like, yeah, I did that before in different paintings, but now it was because it was more than one painting, and it was just white, and I wanted to give this sense of, like, there is a symbol of I am within a space, but you can't know what is this place. The focus is more. It's enigmatic in a way, I think. Leave the painting enigmatic, and the viewer can be connected to the figure, to the body, more than the surrounding. And like, if I'm talking about all of the works here that I'm showing now, is very intimate. Like, it's small scale. And yeah, you feel, I think, that you are, like, it's very intimate. There is an interaction between the viewer and me, myself. But when you step, like, and look at the painting from close point of view, you feel that there is nobody. Like, it disappears. It's more like abstract brushstrokes and field and
you know, very much it's you can recognize as well, or you sometimes feel reminded to the small scale pattern of the carpets when you see the nature, or as well as your hair also.
Yeah, it's also, I think, yeah, the carpet isn't here, but it is existed in a different way. Yeah, there is a oriental, I think, feeling when you look at like, the hair became like a field and materiality and flowers and yeah, there is, you know, when I paint, for me it's very important to like, I don't want to step into the realistic or photorealistic place, and therefore there is lots of self-control when I paint. And then also, in order to get this result of different, like, when you look at the painting from far point of view, you see it more realistic, and when you step closer to the painting, you feel it's abstract.
Yeah.
So I am also, when I paint, I am putting myself like I am the viewer. So I paint from a close point of view, and then I go really far from the painting, like it can be however I can, 5 meters, 10 meters, and I look at the painting, and then I am listening to my body.
Have you always known that you want to be an artist? Or since when?
Actually, yeah, it was since I was born, I think. I painted. I love to paint, and I saw myself as a painter. And all the time, like during the years, I stepped into that. It was like a goal for me, and I studied like since I was 9, like private lessons, and then continued. And yeah, it's part. In being an artist, it's not. I am not enjoying, every day and every minute I paint, but it's something part of me. It's like breathing. Like I cannot without that.
But you never regretted it.
No. It's but it's also very. But I'm very let's say my work like changed all the time. If you see, like when I showed at the museum, so they showed paintings along like 10 years, I think. So the viewers could see the process. And from then, it always gets to the more abstract, I think. And for me, like each brush stroke is an individual, and there is like it's like a puzzle, and I am playing with the puzzle on the painting. Like the colors are never mixed together on the canvas. And so it's technique, but it's not only technique. It's very related to the concept I'm dealing with.
It's difficult for me as well, because of course, me as a curator, I'm directly coming into this very, very artist talk. So giving one question after another. But yeah, of course, I could go on for hours to ask you about your art, because yeah, it's really, as you say, it's so misty, and it's with such beauty that you really it hits you directly, but you don't. First, maybe you don't know exactly why, and it's really, yeah, I really like it very much, your work.
Thank you.
Of course, I'm curious what you are still working with a garden and flower issue at the moment, or are you?
Maybe, but I think because I am like 5 years ago, I started to think about a project in the sea, and now I am living really like 4 minutes from the sea. And I started to surf, and this sense of like I was talking about, about being in balance. But on the second hand, you have the sea, like, and there is no limitation. It's like an endless place.
Dangerous as well.
It's dangerous, and it's also like very interesting that you are affected by the weather. Like if the weather is not, it's too, the sea is too much flat or too much like there is a storm, you cannot. So it's very connected me to the nature in a different way. And now, like I will be returning to Israel in few days. We'll be for 2 days there, and then traveling to Miami for residency for 1 month.
Ah, great. Okay.
Yeah, so Miami Beach.
Yeah, they can make a very different experience with the sea.
Yeah, so I think it will finally, like I was thinking really like 4 years, I think, on this project, and I think this is what I'm going to do there, like nature, but different nature.
And different colors as well.
Different colors, yes. It's more, it's blue. I think I will also involve myself.
Sounds very good. I'm so excited to see.
Yeah, me too. I'm so excited to do that.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fatma.
Thank you.
So we go on talking later after our 15 minutes are so over, and yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Cool. Thank you so much.